We didn't plan to start a nursery. We planned to start out as an annual vegetable operation and move into fruits, nuts, and berries and sell those. And along the way, we taught ourselves how to propagate these plants because we realized how expensive it was to buy grafted fruit trees every year. And we realized that there was a really huge demand and an untapped niche for locally grown, regionally adapted fruit, nut, and berry plants. Every other nursery around here, what they do is ornamentals. And so why would we do that and just like jump right into this hugely competitive market? We found it's a huge response to our nursery. Yeah, up here we have an interesting, this is they call it the beef bouillon tree or Tuna sinensis. But there is definitely a joy in getting to kind of collect all the plants. And Esprit will probably talk to you about my plant hoarding problem that I have and how much of a frustration it is for her. Bananas. Agroforestry to me means just simply integrating trees or using trees for agricultural purposes. The way we use it on our farm is primarily for growing trees and shrubs and herbaceous plants in order to propagate from those plants for our nursery. So just nuts and bolts, having enough sticks of scion wood of a certain type of peach that we can graft enough plants every year and sell scion wood to other people. But the other reason is to trial these different species and varieties of plants in our climate and our soils and see if they do or do not grow well here. So that's the second reason. And then the third reason is for beneficial shade for livestock, fruit and nuts and food and useful things for ourselves, for our family to eat, and also provide a much more diverse habitat and other ecosystem services that happen. So that's how we integrate it here.
With the farm, there's always more to do. And so we've been pretty intentional about setting work boundaries, and we try to make time to incorporate more creative projects, either art or just creative homesteading projects.
Esprit and I both really enjoy doing varied work and also we both have our artistic realms that we work in. I need some sort of art form to be happy and whole as a person. And so I've slowly built my own forge and somehow carved out every Friday throughout the year. I just blocked that out for blacksmithing work. So, yeah.
Just doing a rough sketch.
So Darren has been taking every Friday for his blacksmithing, and I do my woodworking a little bit more seasonally. Most of our property here is wooded, and that's what southern Indiana has, is beautiful hardwood forests. Every once in a while you'd grab something to throw in the wood stove and be like, that's just too pretty to burn, and it'd get set aside. And it just sort of snowballed. For years we have had our own little apprentice program here, and we put an awful lot of work into educating people. That's part of our mission. And it was hard to take the time away from work to do the education that we wanted to do, and getting the stipend from Savannah Institute that is specifically for educating apprentices let us feel free to spend that time a little bit more intentionally with people.
But it also happens through things like with Nightfall Farm, who's just an hour away, and they also host Savannah Institute apprentices. Hey, once a season, let's get our apprentices together and all go to one farm, work and visit and tour, and then, we'll return the favor and do the same. And that's been a really nice thing, and everybody seems to enjoy that. Hop back here. I think we have really succeeded in what we want to do, which was have an enjoyable life, doing something that we love, still providing an output to the world, so to speak, but never getting bored.